You're listening to a That Humble Radio production. Now, bringing you the most average quality in sports-related news, headlines, rumors, and opinions. Here's Jordan and Ted with the Max Deal.
Hey kiddos, it's Jordan from That Humble Radio, and it's weekly sports with the Max Deal right here on the That Humble Radio YouTube channel. I'm Jordan Verge, who am I joined by every single week?
You are joined by Ted. And if you want to follow us on the socials, head over to the Max Deal on Twitter. And if you want to follow our personal accounts, head over to Twitter at Jordan_Verge and at TedGITD. We'd love to talk sports, talk shop with the boys out there. And Verge, what are you cracking open today?
What's poppin'? Brand new whip just hopped in. It's a Sam Adams Fenway Faithful. I wanted to enjoy the baseball season, but Ted, it looks like the season's over just as it started.
Just as it started, let me crack one open as well. Ooh, that sound was fantastic. That is a Cherry Vanilla Bang.
Okay. All right. And Ted, it's the Max Deal where we talk about sports on a weekly basis. I sit my butt down here, turn on a computer that is connected to an internet connection, and somehow we end up talking, and it's magic every single time.
It is. It really is. And I am excited to be able to bring this weekly sports discussion back into the ether for all you to enjoy out there.
So the NBA season, as this is airing, is right around the corner. You may just say, the king is back. And we're not talking about LeBron James. We're talking about the Max Deal. And we're the king, Ted. But also LeBron James is back.
LeBron James is back. Basketball is back. Baseball is back. I'm saying every sport under the sun right now. Hockey's back. Football could be back soon. Soccer's back. But today we're focusing on basketball. And yes, the king is back wearing the purple and yellow.
Let me just say, basketball, it's my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. And the bubble, I don't know if you're a Seinfeld fan, Ted, but with this NBA bubble, we got a lot of bubble boys out there. And I'd like to just ask you straight up, first question, who is going to win the NBA championship in October? Because I want to come back to this audio right here and be able to just make fun of you.
That's fair. I'm gonna. All right, I was gonna say my prediction, but I have some other predictions that as well. But
I just want the main one. Yep.
My main prediction: Los Angeles Lakers.
Interesting. Now, can you give me 5 reasons as to why you think that LeBron and AD are gonna lead the Lakers into an NBA championship? Banner number 17.
Sure. So, LeBron James, absolute monster, the king. Was it 17 years? Is it also? Is that how many he's been in the league?
No, he's actually 35.
Well, yes, but has he been in the league 17 years then?
Something
like that. He came in at 18?
16 or 17, yeah.
Okay. So, that right there, 17 years in the league, 17th championship, why not? So, LeBron James, that's my first reason. My second reason, LeBron James and Anthony Davis duo is something scary. I think they are very scary duo, one of the best duos in the league, if you will. My third reason is they may not be as deep as other teams, but they're pretty deep. They have the big man game is strong with Anthony Davis, JaVale McGee, who is honestly come out of nowhere in my surprise. I'm very impressed with this man because he was not impressible. That's not it. He wasn't impressive beforehand to me, but he's been impressive recently. Dwight Howard, strong. They have a decent depth of bench. Yes, no Avery Bradley, but they get Dion Waiters. They bring J.R. Smith back, Alex Caruso, Kyle Kuzma. He's balling. And then, the starters, Danny Green. No Avery Bradley, no Rondo. That does hurt a little bit. But I think they're fairly deep. And I like there's just something special about that team. And they're doing it for Kobe. LeBron always has the Kobe finger strap on. Just it only makes sense to win it for the Mamba.
Some things in life are just too perfect to really have to make sense out of it. You did a great job. Los Angeles Lakers are your selection. And let me tell you, you're not wrong, except for according to my pick, you are Also coming out of the West and also being the NBA champions, you may scoff at me because they're not even into the playoffs right now. But my Portland Trailblazers, Ted, are going to win the NBA championship
I knew you were gonna
in
say it.
October. And given your 5 reasons, I'm going to tell you why you also believe that the Portland Trailblazers are not only going to upset the Lakers in the first round, but they're also going to go on and beat the Boston Celtics in the NBA championship. You talk about LeBron James being some league veteran, old. That's basically what you said. He's old. He has experience. You know who else has experience? Carmelo Anthony. He joined the league same time as LeBron, and he's also like older, I think. I think him being a part of the Portland Trailblazers, Skinny Melo. People want to talk about Skinny Jokic. What about Skinny Melo? Melo is about to ball out and be the best version of Carmelo Anthony that we've ever seen. Or, if not to sound ridiculous, the best version since New York Knicks Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony is going to come back, be a star. The number 2, you talked about the LeBron James and Anthony Davis dynamic duo. What about CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard? Damian Lillard, the cover star of NBA 2K21 on the current gen. It's already pre-ordered. Come October, whatever, whenever it comes out, it will be in my Xbox One playing. Damian Lillard, one of the best point guards in the league, one of the best point guards ever. He's on the Mount Rushmore of NBA point guards set. I don't know if you remember that. And CJ McCollum, one of the best second, I want to say, I want to like not be disrespectful in any way, one of the best like sidekicks in NBA history. I think when it comes to sidekicks, it goes Scottie Pippen and CJ McCollum. They go hand in hand. And CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard, if they're both healthy, which they were not this season, but in the bubble, they're both there. They're both going to be playing and they're both going to be healthy. Hopefully, knock on wood. If they are both healthy, they're one of the best backcourts in the league. And I think that these teams that have to play the Trailblazers to get into the playoffs should be worried. And if they get into that number 8 seed, they're a false 8 because the Lakers are that's going to be their biggest challenge. People want to talk about the Lakers versus the Clippers. No, this Trailblazers team, you better watch out, LeBron James.
I'll give you the Trailblazers. Trailblazers could potentially be scary, but LeBron James has proven himself time and time again. And now he's got Anthony Davis with him, better than Kyrie, better than Kevin Love.
Of course.
That's scary.
Yeah, when we talk about LeBron James, I don't want to say sidekicks again because Anthony Davis is a generational talent, one of the best players, one of the best athletes to ever step onto an NBA court. But it is fair to say he is a sidekick whenever LeBron James hits the floor. Maybe next year that'll be different. LeBron will be another year older. Anthony Davis will be another year more experienced. Maybe the dynamic switches, but right now LeBron James is the Batman to Anthony Davis's Robin. I think Anthony Davis is the most skilled sidekick, quote, that he's ever had. More than the 2011 Dwayne Wade, when Wade thought, oh, this is still my team, LeBron, and they lost. Dwayne Wade was unbelievably talented. Again, a generational player. Anthony Davis is his best sidekick ever. And I think that it's a shame that this whole, I hate how corny it is to say that when this whole thing happened, but it's a shame that this whole thing happened and we can't see LeBron and AD make a genuine attempt, you know, with the Staples Center there. That would have been great. Instead, we're in a bubble in Orlando. But if they face this Portland Trailblazers team,
no, that's fair. That's fair. Like I said, Portland's scary. If you were to pick a second NBA champion, let's say your Portland Trailblazers don't make it, who do you got?
Ted, I like how you're like, all right, let's get the fun pick out of the way. Let's get to the real stuff. Truthfully, I haven't really thought about.
No, I don't want to say it's a fun. I don't want to say it's a fun pick, but I'm curious who you got as number 2.
So I think that coming out of the East, there are a couple selections, but I feel like the West is just so loaded. Obviously,
West is stacked.
Obviously, we have the Lakers. Obviously, we have Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Just a heads up, I'm wearing a throwback Indiana Pacers number 13 PG-13 shirt right now.
Wow.
I think the Clippers, if they get it together, they might have a chance this year. They'll have to face the Trailblazers in the NBA Finals, or in the conference finals.
Finals.
The Nuggets, I really like. They're a sleeper pick, and they're really tall too.
Nuggets are sleeper. I think a good sleeper is, and I don't know how you feel about them. I think we've predicted them in the past as a sleeper team, but the Dallas Mavericks. Luka's nasty. Kristaps is insane, unreal talent. They got Seth Curry, who's like awkwardly good. He's not as good as Steph, but he holds his own ground. I think they're a sleeper too, in my opinion. Like we said, the West is just insane, insanely stacked there.
I look at the West, and 1 through 8, I could see making a run for the finals. But Dallas, number 7 seed, they're going to have to, unless they improve their seeding during this, the play-in part, they're going to face a really good team at the very beginning. So I think that their most difficult matchups, just like the Los Angeles Lakers once they face the Trailblazers, are in the first and maybe second round. But then once you get to the conference finals, you're obviously facing a good team again. The Mavericks are going to have a tough challenge if they see the NBA championship at the end of their destination.
Correct.
I love Bobby. I think Boban Marjanovic is
that's
great.
right, Boban. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that him and Luka on Instagram, they're so cute. I love these guys.
Oh, yeah.
NBA champions, at this point, I'm not going to rule them out, but for sure they're a sleeper. If it happened, it'd be incredible. I think that Luka Doncic, that would cement him as, face of the NBA going forward. I think he would leapfrog over Giannis and just take that spot completely.
Dude is nasty.
Speaking of Greek Freak, where do you see the Milwaukee Bucks going during this bubble?
I just don't think they have enough talent around Giannis. Is Giannis's quote unquote sidekick Chris Middleton?
Yeah,
that's not a sidekick you want. I mean, I'm personally not ever impressed with Chris Middleton. I know that I'm sure Milwaukee fans are in the comments right now destroying me, and that's perfectly fine. Have at it. This is all in good fun, of course. I've never been a Chris Middleton fan. I don't think that he is a sidekick. Can Giannis carry them, with the players around him? Does he make everybody on the court better? Sure. But, man, if they get to the finals, that it's going to be tough going against anybody there. And even in the East, I don't even think they're the best team in the East, I'll be honest.
That's a hot take. I agree to an extent. It's rough because they only have 12 losses on the season. So there's not much that teams can look at and think, oh, how can we beat them? They only have 12 losses. And if we think about teams in NBA history, 12 losses on a season, insane. Giannis, potential MVP. Chris Middleton, I will fight for. I like Chris Middleton, 50-40-90 club. I think the thing that's going to hurt Milwaukee in the future, not necessarily now, is Chris Middleton's contract, though. He got a max deal. And I think that Chris Middleton... Hey! No, that was dumb. Chris Middleton, I think he's the third best player on a championship team.
And honestly, will Giannis even be there full term?
So for this playoff run, or are we talking about in the future?
I mean, obviously he'll be there for this run.
Yeah.
But unless he gets COVID, God forbid, that would be horrendous. I don't want anyone getting that. However, is he even going to be there full term? Who knows? So Chris Middleton may be the star of that team.
That's the thing. Maybe Chris Middleton that maybe that money comes in handy, brings them. If that's the thing, okay, I need to reset my sentence right now. If Giannis Antetokounmpo and Chris Middleton and the Milwaukee Bucks win an NBA championship this year, the money that they gave Chris Middleton will have been worth it. That's an investment that they took, and it paid off. But if they don't win this year, and if they don't win next year, then that we may look back on this as one of the worst contracts.
After this season or after next season?
So listen to me. We may look back on this as one of the worst contracts in NBA history because Giannis, at the end of this season, is eligible for a super max. And if they don't make it to the NBA Finals this year, I don't think Giannis is taking that super max. If they make it to the finals but lose, but if they get embarrassed, I don't think he's taking that super max.
Okay, just because I'm not familiar, I should be, but I'm not. Does a super max? Could that be 1 year supermax, or is that a max?
No, it's going to be like a max over a certain number of years. He's not going to sign like a 1 year contract.
I mean, a lot of players do, though.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, I promise you right now, will not. I think what's going to happen.
Did.
Ted, listen to me. He's got a deal where he can sign that supermax this summer. When did LeBron sign a 1 year deal?
Didn't he when he went back to Cleveland?
No, that was a 4 year deal.
I thought it was a 1, and then after they did it, because they were talking about the 1 year with LeBron.
I don't know about that.
I thought it was. Maybe it wasn't.
We'll come back to that.
I know somebody recently signed a 1 year.
I don't. I mean,
it might not have been a super max.
DeMarcus Cousins with the Warriors that one time.
No.
He did though. But okay,
yes,
so
but that was not a super deal.
Back to Giannis. If he doesn't re-sign this season, then he has one more season with them, and then he can re-sign again. But I'm thinking if he doesn't take the Supermax this season, then it might be over. He might be going to the Golden State Warriors.
Oof, let's not. Don't speak that into the ether.
Dude, we're going to speak this into existence. In 2 years, we're going to come back to this clip, and we're going to know that we're the reason that Giannis and Steph Curry are going 82-0.
Let's touch your mouth.
So that's the thing with Chris Middleton. His contract is huge. Obviously, his contract right now has nothing to do with the bubble. But I just want to say this real quick. It's going to be hard to get a third star around Giannis and Chris Middleton with the way their cap situation is set up right now.
Yes, I would agree.
It's going to be interesting. If Giannis doesn't win a championship this year, in 2 years, he might be waving goodbye to Milwaukee. And I can't blame him at that point because they made the wrong moves to put a championship team around him.
I would agree. Another team that I've been enjoying to watch, and not even just the basketball aspect of things, I don't know if we're going to get into talks about the bubble, but a team that I've been really enjoying is the 76ers, and I hate saying that because I'm a Pittsburgh kid, but the 76ers, there's something there.
See, as a Boston Celtics fan, I want to just shoo you away and be like, no,
listen,
that's dumb.
As a Pittsburgh boy, the Pittsburgh kid, I would agree with you.
No.
But there's something about these Sixers.
I worry about the 76ers only because they're a 6 seed, and if we were to go into the playoffs right now, they'd match up against the Celtics. And this past season, they've matched up so well against the Celtics. For some reason, Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, I'm not a big fan of them at all, but whenever they play Boston, they're like, all right, let's step up our game and make sure we get this W. I don't like either of them. I don't like Al Horford. I saw some clips from Al Horford in the scrimmages from this past week. He's not good at the moment, but obviously rust will get shaken off. I don't know.
I would agree. I think they're a scary team because Ben Simmons is an unreal athlete. Yes, he can't shoot a 3 to save his life.
Yeah, apparently.
Who knew? He did hit a corner 3 in scrimmage.
No, he can shoot now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like where'd this come from, Ben? That's not who you are. I love Joel. I hate saying that. Tobias Harris, he's growing on me. I don't want to be a Sixers fan, Burge. I'm a Cleveland basketball fan. I'm a Pittsburgh kid. Like this doesn't make sense. I don't know what's happening. Do you know what's making me turn into a 76ers fan?
How bad the Cavaliers are?
Yes, but I'm still a Cavs fan. But
Okay.
no, because I'm a Cleveland West fan. Which makes more sense because now JR's there. Matisse Thybulle. Tell me
Okay.
you know who Matisse is.
I love Matisse Thybulle. Great
Dude,
defender. Yep.
he can shoot the ball. He dunks. I love Matisse. And you know why I love him? Because he's vlogging the bubble experience.
Yes. When you mentioned JaVale McGee earlier, he's also vlogging
Yes.
the
Bro,
bubble experience.
it's fantastic. Some of the greatest content I've watched.
I love the idea of you being like, I don't want to be a 76ers fan, but like, no, I'm going to tell you right now, Ted, if they make a run in these playoffs, do it. Embrace it. Feel how great it is.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. No, I want you to be the biggest 76ers
I'm going to
fan.
get a Matisse Thybulle t-shirt.
I want to just document this journey of you becoming the biggest 76ers fan. My friend on Twitter, DeGreat Hambino, I want you guys to have pictures together. I want you guys to go to Eagles games together. This is going to be a great Philly connection.
I'm not going to turn to an Eagles fan because I have a football team over here. I don't know if you've heard of them, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They've won 6 championships. But
hey, you know who else won 6 championships?
he plays for Tampa Bay now.
Hey, yo, whatever. I'm talking about
that's
the
a different
Patriots.
episode.
Yeah,
That's a different episode. That's a different episode.
I'm happy
Listen,
for him.
Matisse Thybulle, man. Something about Matisse. Love me some Matisse.
I think that I love Matisse Thybulle as well. I think these 76ers, if we ignore the regular season completely, just go from last playoffs to this playoffs. Let's say you're like a wrestling fan and you're just watching each WrestleMania from one year to the next. Last playoffs to this playoffs. They have so much to prove. They got walked off last year against the Raptors, and Joel Embiid cried. So this year, I want him to be the reason that other teams are crying. I'm by no means a 76ers fan, but if they can come back and make a run, good for them. Again, as a Boston Celtics fan, I don't want them to, but if for whatever reason the Celtics get knocked out early, the Trailblazers don't make the playoffs, why not? Let's say a big comeback from the Philadelphia 76ers.
Do we agree that we don't want Raptors to repeat?
So that's the thing. Yeah, I don't. There are a lot of Raptors fans just because they encapsulate an entire country of just fandom. I don't want the Raptors to win. Again, as a Celtics fan, this Atlantic Division can only have already has too many top teams. And I know the Raptors just won last year, so they are the top team. But I don't care about Kyle Lowry. I don't care about Pascal Siakam. I don't care about Fred VanVleet. I don't like this team. This is a team of sidekicks who they had a star last year, and that star left. Obviously, Pascal Siakam, all-star starter, maybe most improved player again this year. But this team's not going to make a run. And if they do, again, good for them. But I'm just saying right now, they're not.
Correct. Although I do like my chips with the dip, I can't root for them to win. And there's a reason behind that. I think is this the first year, and correct me if I'm wrong, that we don't have a certain team in the playoffs?
Are you talking about the Spurs?
No.
Tell me which team.
The team that kept winning and winning.
The Cavaliers?
No.
The Warriors?
Yes.
It's the first time in a while that the Warriors haven't been in.
So we're finally not gonna have a Warriors repeat,
Gotcha.
right?
Yep.
So we don't have this. Was it 4 years in a row where they were in the championship?
No, it was 5. They had 15,
5.
16, 17, 18, and 19. 4 of those against your Cavaliers.
Correct. So this is finally the first year where we won't see the Warriors and their possible repeat. So why would I want to see the possible repeat from a team up north?
Yeah.
I don't. No disrespect to Canada. I love y'all. Poutine is great. Maple syrup's fantastic. You're some of the nicest people that I've ever met, and Drake's cool. But I don't want a repeat.
I completely understand, and I agree. We just went through 5 years of the same thing, and before that, we went through 2 years of the same thing with the Heat and the Spurs. I just want something different, okay? And
It's time for the Lake Show.
no, well, let's calm down for a second. I know that not the Lakers. I know that the Raptors winning last year was something different, but we don't need a new dynasty. We don't. Let's let someone else have a chance. I know the Raptors. You just got your first. Don't get greedy. You can have the one, and you can enjoy it.
Right? Yeah. Just enjoy that one. Let us have some fun. All right. Let me and Verge have a chance to finally celebrate the teams that we want to win.
Yeah, I say that as a Patriots and a Red Sox and a Celtics fan. I don't get enough championships around here. Listen, Jason Tatum told me, he told me specifically that going into the bubble, hey, why don't we just win if we're going anyways? And when he said that, I believed him up until I chose the Trailblazers like 20 minutes ago.
Right. Listen, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm living every day believing that the Celtics are going to win this NBA championship.
Listen, I agree, but not with the Celtics. LeBron James told me championship vibes only. And I wake up every morning, I get ready for work, and as I walk out the door, I say championship vibes only. That's how I get my day started.
So I think it needs to be established. Are you a Cleveland Cavaliers fan? I need to ask.
Yes.
Okay, that was the first question. Second question. Are you a Los Angeles Lakers fan?
Yes.
Okay. Are both of those things because of LeBron?
Partially. And I get asked this question a lot. And by a lot, I mean not that often.
And by a lot, I mean today on the Max deal.
No, because I've got asked before, who's your favorite basketball team? I say the Cavs. And then I'll say, what's the typical response to that?
Oh, you're a bandwagon. You're trash.
It's because of LeBron. It's because of LeBron. I'm like, and I say, no, it's not because of LeBron. Do I like LeBron? Yes. Would I get the number 23 tatted on me? No, because I don't like needles. But if needles didn't hurt, I probably would. However, I've been a Cavs fan since when LeBron joined. I was a Cavs fan when he left. And I'm a Cavs fan when he came back. And I'm a Cavs fan now that he's gone again. I was a fan back in the Bobby Gibson days when that dude couldn't shoot a three to save his life. I was a fan with Kyrie, Big Z. I was a fan always.
Okay.
But LeBron James being there was extra cool. Actually, we've talked about this in the past, but when I got to tour the Celtics, I got to tour the Cavs arena. That was a good time. We got to sit like 33 rows deep, and then we got kicked out of our seats because we weren't supposed to sit there. But that's another story. I got to watch the Cavs play live against the Clippers during the Lob City days. So that was fun. I'm a big Cavs fan. Do I like LeBron? Absolutely. But I do like what the Cavs have going right now with Garland and Sexton. Andre Drummond is there. Kevin Love still trying to hold it down. Big Cavs fan. And I like the Lakers because LeBron. I like Anthony Davis. Danny Green, slowly becoming a favorite of mine because of the bubble.
Okay. We get that you like the Lakers. We get you like the Cavs. Let's say next year, the Lakers win this October. LeBron is holding up the Larry O'Brien. It's his 4th NBA championship. By a miracle, next year, the Cavaliers and Lakers match up in the NBA Finals. Whose bandwagon are you attaching yourself to?
Oh, that's a tough question, but I gotta say, I have to say the Cavs. I have to, because I need to see them win a chip without LeBron, just so I know deep down that they did it without that man. And then LeBron might be celebrating with him. If imagine Colin Sexton hits a game winner and LeBron gets hyped because his city just won a championship.
I don't know if that's what it is. Imagine Cleveland stopping LeBron from getting in this dream world his 5th NBA championship. If they don't win this year and then they match up next year, them stopping him from getting his 4th. I don't know if he'll be happy for Cleveland. I think that might be the nail. That
He's
makes
gonna
sure
go
he
over to the mic and be
never
like,
comes back.
Cleveland. He's gonna yell Cleveland in the mic again, and then he's just gonna like hang with Colin Sexton and be like, "Don't worry, I'll be back in a couple years."
I don't know if that's necessarily gonna happen.
But look, in that dream scenario, I don't want it to happen. I want to tank for Bronny years. Give me 4 years of tanking. we get D Wade's kid. We get LeBron's kid. It's gonna be a super team.
Is that a grind that you're willing to wait for, though? Ted, do you realize how long
yes.
4 years are?
I'm so down.
Years ago was 2016.
I'm so down for that. For Adam Silver to be up there, the little NBA like jingle before the draft pick, and Adam Silver comes out and he's like, with the first overall pick in the 20 whatever draft. I don't know what it is because it doesn't matter. 2024. We'll say 2024 draft.
Yep.
The Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James Jr. out of Duke. It's going to be crazy. The crowd's going to go wild. LeBron's going to be crying because LeBron will be there, obviously, like sitting at the table with his son.
Of course.
That's going to be crazy. And then like right after the draft, LeBron's going to be a free agent and then sign back so he can play 1 year with his kid.
That's a dream world. I know we've all played that dream world in NBA 2K.
But if you only knew.
But I'm rooting for you. I hope so. That'd be great. Ted, when we talk about people in the bubble, I'm just going to name through a couple names. Okay, we've talked about the big hitters, the Lakers, the Clippers, Skinny Jokic with the Nuggets. We talked about the Trailblazers at length, the Bucks, the Celtics, the Raptors, the 76ers. I'm going to name a couple teams, and I just want to give I want you to give maybe one word that describes them. Okay?
Sure. And we're talking about in the bubble or just in general?
In the bubble.
Okay.
Phoenix Suns.
Didn't even know they were there.
I was gonna say
Wait,
Kelly
hold on.
Oubre Jr.
Are the Suns in playoff
Yeah, they're in the bubble.
contention?
No, well, technically they're the 13 seed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say I didn't know if they were 1 through 8 because I'll be honest, haven't really checked basketball stats in a minute.
This is the longest that I've been without basketball since ever. This is the longest ever.
Yes.
The San Antonio Spurs.
Also didn't know that they were there. I don't even know they had DeRozan. That's a thing.
So the Spurs, they made history recently. They had the first female head coach, Scrimmage. Well, Popovich was her assistant.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, so Becky Hammon has been the head coach for them during these scrimmages. Pop has been taking a back seat and really just grooming her. It looks like she's probably going to take the job whenever Pop is ready to hang up the boots. And also, I think that this is funny because with Pop not being the head coach, if they don't make the playoffs in this bubble, it doesn't affect his record.
No, he's gonna be like, I wasn't even the coach.
I wasn't even the
He's
head
a
coach. What are you
scapegoat.
asking?
That poor girl's a scapegoat to Pop. Ain't that something?
The Sacramento Kings.
De'Aaron Fox, golly, that dude can ball. Kings are they what seed are they?
They're the 11 seed.
Okay, so they're trying. I like the Kings. I do like the Kings. That's a solid team.
A team that I would say is my third favorite team in the NBA, the New Orleans Pelicans.
Pelicans are also what seed are they?
They're the 10.
10. Okay, so they're fighting for it too. I like the Pelicans. Pelicans are scary. I say that about a lot of teams, but they got, I mean, the emergence of Zion, the steady play of Lonzo. That's just a good team.
I just love that this like 11 through I was going to say 11 through 10. I'm just going to lie. I love that all of these teams that you said, they're a great team. They could make it into the playoffs.
They could.
The Pelicans I love. As of this recording, Zion was cleared to play for this Thursday's first game. So
Good.
That's very exciting. We talked about the Portland Trailblazers. What about the Memphis Grizzlies?
Grizzlies that or whatever to me.
Gotcha. We love John Moran around here.
We do.
And if he wills his team into the playoffs and solidifies them, he's got to be Rookie of the Year, probably. But if not, hey, those Trailblazers are right around the corner.
Dame Lillard, Rookie of the Year.
We talked about the Mavericks. The Houston Rockets are in it, but I don't really want to talk about the Rockets. So
The Rockets got a whole bunch of COVID problems. Is James Harden and Westbrook healthy? Are they not healthy? Are they even at the bubble? I don't even know what's happening with those two guys.
And they're also all super short. Now, let me just say, I love my short kings, all right? But, shortest team in NBA history? Is that what it is? They don't have a center. I think their tallest dude is like 6'5".
They need Chandler Parsons back.
OKC Thunder.
Chris Paul.
Yeah, Chris Paul. They got Chris Paul. They got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Steven Adams. I'm really loving what they're doing with Dennis Schroeder off the bench with the 6-man. He's averaging 20 points off the bench. He's a good guy.
He is German.
These Utah Jazz, I think, are a false 4. I think they're going to get knocked out in the first round. And
they're a 4?
Don't come at me, Utah Jazz fans. I just think.
Did you say they're a 4?
They are.
Who do they have?
They've got Rudy Gobert, who's the defensive player of the year.
Rudy Gobert, the man who started COVID in the NBA. I'm convinced that happened. Go ahead, Jazz fans. Tell me I'm wrong. You saw the clip.
They've also got Donovan Mitchell, who I thought was going to be.
Spider.
I thought he was going to be Dwayne Wade, and here we are. He's not Dwayne Wade. No. And they also got Mike Conley, who's. That's
a solid group of 3, but I don't think they make a run.
Gotta respect Mike Conley for all the years he's put in.
Who do they play first?
At the 1? Oh, right now, got you in the first round. They're matching up against the Thunder if they were to start the playoffs today.
Ooh, that's an interesting matchup.
I think that's not what happened last year. They played the Rockets, I believe, in the first round last year. But
yes, that's not a bad matchup. Hey, maybe our Thunder will beat them.
We'll see. Skinny Jokic and the Nuggets. Do you have anything? I love that the Nuggets are the opposite of the Rockets. They're all super tall. Skinny Jokic running the point guard. So we got a 7-foot point guard.
The league loves doing this with these point guards nowadays.
Bol.
Yeah, he's been solid.
He's like a 7'2", 7'3" small forward. How did that happen, Ted?
I don't know. What's in the food nowadays? They got Gary Harris, solid shooter. I just blanked on his name. Jamal Murray. There it is.
Jamal Murray.
Murray. He's not bad.
This Nuggets team, I got
a buddy. Will Barton still?
Are you asking me or are you just telling me?
I'm asking.
I believe. Yeah, they do.
He's solid.
Yeah, I believe they've been running. And now, correct me if I'm wrong. Jokic, and then
Jokic running the point is so confusing to me.
Bol at the 3, and then we got some Paul Millsap and Mason Plumlee. That's crazy. And they've also got Michael Porter Jr. off the bench, who his ceiling I'm looking up, Ted, and I don't even see anything. That's just how high it is.
Oh, okay.
I've got a buddy who's a big Nuggets fan, and they're really good. But, I like to give them shit. So it's they're trash. They're bad. The Nuggets are –
I always get that guy confused with the guy on the Cavs.
Which guy? Michael Porter Jr. with Kevin Porter Jr.?
Yeah. A whole lot of 3 name things going on. And,
what about Otto Porter Jr.?
Yeah, too many. Kelly Oubre Jr.
Yeah. I like Kelly Oubre Jr. We talked about the Clippers and the Lakers. Let's go on over to the East because there's only 9 teams over in the East. Did the Wizards just enter the bubble for zero reason? Like, are they just there just to be there?
Yeah, they're just like, hey, you guys want to come to Disney? We'll bring you over. Is Bradley Beal a thing still?
Yeah, we like Bradley Beal around here.
Yeah, he's all right. Was it Hachimura? He's pretty good.
Yep.
That's all I know.
Gotcha. I think that they're in trouble, Ted. I don't think that they're going to be. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs
over there.
The Hornets?
Hornets, yes.
No, they're not. They're not in the bubble.
No.
I'm sorry.
Refresh me on who the 9 are over there.
The 9 is the Wizards.
I mean all of them.
Okay, so we got the Magic, the Nets, the 76ers.
Okay, hold on, slow down. Okay, speed round. Okay,
all right.
Hit me.
The Magic.
Home court advantage. Markelle Fultz.
Oh, okay. Home court advantage. You got me. I was thinking like they're the 8. They're never gonna have home court advantage. Not that it matters. The Nets.
The Nets? That's what I have to say about that.
Dude, I don't even know who's on this team, truthfully. Is Karis LeVert?
Kyrie?
Dude, Kyrie's not going to the bubble. Kevin
No?
Durant's not going to the bubble.
Kyrie didn't go?
No, Spencer Dinwiddie, I don't think, is going to the bubble.
Okay, yeah. Why are they even this team? Okay,
Next.
next.
They've got Michael Beasley, and they've
Okay.
got Jamal Crawford.
Dangles. What's his nickname? Something like that.
It's is it Jay Crossover? Something like that.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
Next.
We talked about the Sixers, the Indiana Pacers.
Victor Oladipo, Miles Turner. That's all I got.
Gotcha. No, I mean they're a good team. Obviously, 5th seed in the East, 39 wins, 26 losses. I don't see them making a deep playoff run, but if they do, hey, I want to see them prove me wrong unless it's against the Boston Celtics.
Larry Legend.
What?
Isn't Larry Bird part of that team? front
No.
office?
In the front office, maybe. The Miami Heat.
Okay, Miami Heat's they could be a sleeper team. Bam Adebayo is solid. Jimmy Butler's solid. They still got Goran over there. He's good.
This Miami Heat team, defensive nightmare. Jimmy
Jamal
Butler,
or not Jamal Crawford. Jay Crowder, very good defensive player.
this Miami Heat team, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. Good luck. They've got Andre Iguodala.
Iggy.
This team's good. This team's real good.
Yeah.
And we talked about the top 3, the Celtics, the Raptors, and the Bucks. Ted, we talked at the very beginning, making our choices. Do you want to change anything? Are the Lakers still your number 1 pick when it comes to coming out of the bubble, NBA
Yes,
champions?
sir. Yes, sir. Number 1.
All right. Now, do you want to try to convince me otherwise?
Verge. Now that we're all said and done talking about those teams, you want to change your pick?
Oh, I don't know. Ask me again. Hold on.
Verge. Now that we're done talking about these teams in the bubble, you want to change your pick?
Oh. No, I'm going to still go with the Portland Trailblazers. I think that they're – Ted, I have beer all over me. Ted, the Portland Trailblazers are still –
Stone cold.
Are still going to be the NBA champions at the very end of the year. It's going to be great marketing for NBA 2K. Can you believe that the cover star, Damian Lillard, led the Portland Trailblazers, who weren't even in the playoffs at the very beginning, to an NBA championship as 2K is being released? It's going to be a story that that's never going to be able to be done again. First of all, hopefully there are no more bubbles in the future, but it's going to never have happened.
Look, contrary to you saying you hope there's no bubbles, as do I. However, bubble life kind of looks lit.
I disagree. These guys are away from their families. They're away from.
Well, I mean, yes,
party life.
it's as lit as it could be in terms of the current situation. However, I think the NBA, I don't know if we're going to talk about the bubble. Are we talking about the bubble?
Go for it.
Okay. I think given the current situation of the world, if you will, I think the bubble is awesome. I think the NBA did such a good job with it. Just watching these vlogs and whatnot, I think they did such a good job, man. I don't know if you've been watching the vlogs.
Of course. I think that the NBA has done the best when it comes to major sports returning.
100%.
And it's not even close. I think every other league needs an Adam Silver at the helm to run their league.
I agree. I like to see what the NHL's doing just because I haven't seen enough of it. I haven't seen any of it, I'll be honest. I watched the Penguins play earlier today, and I have no idea what their bubble life is like because I don't even know if anyone's vlogging it. I think that's part of the other part of it. I think just because like these players are vlogging it, you get to see how not good they have it, but like good they have it. Just
Sure.
living. A lot of the players are saying it's almost like their college days, their AAU days. If you're not familiar, you viewers out there, listeners, the bubble has been designed to keep the virus out, so to say. It's a way to have a better hold on health and the safety for the players. So the players aren't allowed to leave the bubble. And if you do, you have to quarantine for 14 days and whatnot. But they all are living in Orlando, Florida, in the Disney World Resort. They have like 3 hotels, I think, for all the teams. And the better the team was, the nicer the hotel is, which I find hilarious.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Dude,
I believe so.
Are the Wizards and the Suns just like sleeping outside of a motel? Like,
No,
just,
I mean,
no, I think they
in
just gave
theory,
them
they
like,
should be. And
no,
they should be.
They just gave them like sleeping bags and said, "Hey, good luck, guys."
Right, like the Lakers, their resort's beautiful. I'm a big Disney nerd outside of sports and whatnot. So the Lakers have one of like the newest hotels. I think they were eating at one of the newest like bars, like on. It's called like Is it called Three Bridges Bar or
I have no
Bridges
clue,
Restaurant?
no.
It's something like that. And because it was just built on like a lake, and there's like bridges to get to it, so there's 3 bridges. It's beautiful. They have the excursions for them. That the Disney golf courses are available to the players, and I know they were riding boats in one of the vlogs. So
Maybe doing a little fishing, like
Yeah.
Ben Simmons, he was fishing and just tossed a fish just like on the ground. Can't even hit the ocean.
Oh, that was good. That was really great. I think they have it nice up there, regardless of missing your families and stuff. They have the scheduled meal time, so you go down and get your breakfast, and go and get your lunch, your dinner, and whatnot. And when the players got there, they had care packages for them with a bunch of snacks and masks and Fire Stick to watch your Netflix, and nice big rooms for each person. So, then they've like turned rooms into like trainer facilities to get your massages and your kinks knocked out of you. And there's a barber shop. It looks like the 2K neighborhood.
They're just making that.
I'm very impressed with how the NBA's handled this, and I think most of the players are pretty okay with it. Yeah, some of the food's not always great. There was that first leaked picture of food that was turned out actually just to be a holdover snack until they actually got a
looked like something from Fire Fest.
Right, and then they got their meal later on. It was just a holdover snack. So even that, I think props to the NBA and props to Disney for being prepared for such a large, massive group and something that's new to everybody. This whole thing's new. The players are being tested every day for the coronavirus. They wake up in the morning, they take their temperature on two different devices, and then they log it into their player app, just so like everyone is aware of what their temperature is and what they're testing at. I think I have nothing but props to the NBA.
When they wake up in the morning, they got Corona on their mind, just like Melly. When he wakes up, he's got murder on his mind. Anyways, Ted, we talk about sports every single week right here on the Max Deal on That Humble Radio. Ted, I think it's our time to go. How about you talk us out, big guy, kiddo?
You betcha. I first want to say thank you to all the listeners out there. We appreciate it greatly. If you wouldn't mind, give this video a like, give it a comment. Virg and I will be down in the comments chatting it up with you guys about sports and who you guys have as your NBA champion of this pandemic year, if you will. If you want to talk to us on our socials, go over to Twitter and hit up the Max Deal on Twitter. If you want to talk to us personally, myself and Jordan, Jordan's Twitter is at Jordan_Virg, and mine is at TedGITD. We would love to talk sports with you. And Virg,
yes,
I think our first show back, pretty solid.
Yeah, we had to, bust out the rust, and I don't know why I decided to start talking to you like I was a stepdad, and I was about to ask you to marry your mom. Hey, sport. Hey, big guy. Hey, kiddo. But hey, Ted, every single week I already did that. Hey, Ted, this has been the Max Deal.
This has been the Max Deal.